All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Minor League Esports. It's Sunday night, week number 2, joining you for all of the Premier League action. It is Jeff Lowe and Mr. Brett Morgan. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing really good, Jeff. And man, I am looking forward to this starting match tonight. Both of these teams, the Jets and the Spartans. I have a feeling we're going to have a very good series on our hands, and the Jets off to a really good lead, but they're deadlocked with the Spartans as well for who's going to be able to take the top spot of the Forge division.
Yeah, and of course, early on, these games can kind of be a telltale sign for how your season is going to go. So both of them would love to jump out to that early lead, as you said, in their division. I do believe we have the rosters. I don't think the players are quite in the server yet, so it could change last second. You know how that goes. But for the Jets, it's Thomas and Tagmata, and for the Spartans, Cynical and Saucy. And I don't believe either of them played last week, but I could be mistaken.
I believe you're correct, but interesting lineups here from both sides. I think they're really going to try and come out strong here to take this series, and getting a 5-0 is going to be massively important for both of these teams. I'm not sure if we'll quite see it because the Forge division has been looking very strong in the Premier League so far. Bunch of 3-2 and 2-3, so not a whole lot separating all of these teams. So tonight could really be a night where one of these teams steps up to really take the reins of this division.
Yeah, and a little bit later on, we will have the Express versus the Knights, and then the Blizzard versus the Hurricanes to finish us off for the Premier League this weekend. And I think for the way that the season has started, of course we've had a lot of changes, right? Premier League in particular, we upped it to a full 32 team kind of a league, and it was close there for a minute. We didn't quite know what the turnout was going to be this season, but you being a GM, you've obviously looked at a lot of the Premier League players. I'm kind of liking how competitive Premier League has been so far.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Premier League with this expansion has been really fascinating to watch. Lots of just a super well put together games with players who are at those skill levels, and we've been seeing some high octane play coming out of a lot of teams. And I really think this is going to be one of those leagues where you don't have a power team and a team that's sitting at the bottom. I think you're going to see it be highly competitive all the way throughout, which each team fighting until the very end to try and secure those late season playoff spots.
Well, guys, I think we do have all of the players in the server, so we're going to go ahead and get that started for you very, very shortly. Again, it will be the Jets versus the Spartans. I'm not sure if we have a map intro. Hopefully the broadcaster can let me know. I don't think we do. I don't think we do this week, unfortunately.
No intro needed.
Yeah, of course. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. This one should be underway very soon. We'll get the teams in. We'll get started with the 5-game series. So there we go. Teams joining now. And again, Sleeky, just a quick look at the rosters. It does look like Tagmata, Thomas, Saucy, and Cynical will be the 4 players.
That it does, and I do have to point out the beautiful Blizzard winner there on Cynical. I love to see it. One of my favorite game modes, but we are underway with game 1 here, and I'm just ready to get into it.
We are underway. Jets in blue, Spartans in that red. This one's going to be in the corner now. Tagmata declared away over top of the head of Cynical. Doesn't really have any team support as Thomas was demoed earlier on. He will collect and try to play that one in. Gets a bit too far away from him, and Saucy will play it into the corner. First 30 seconds gone quite quickly here in this game number 1 of the best of 5. Not really a best of 5, full 5-game series. Tagmata's going to play that one right into his teammate. A bit unlucky there. Might be able to collect it. This could work out for the Jets, but the ball's just given away. Saucy will clear.
And Saucy was trying to chase it there too, and so far it's been pretty slow in this game. Both sides, I think, in that stage where they're feeling each other out, but not actually. Cynical there, going up and over through. Not a minute into this game, and they get their first goal.
I'm surprised this one actually found its way in. It was a great shot, but it looked like Thomas at least had a little bit of a beat on it. He just couldn't quite get there. So with that, 1-0 for the Spartans, 4:06 to go. We'll see how the Jets respond. Tagmata is going to go hard off the ceiling. This one towards the net. It's in. Nobody back from the Spartans.
Yeah, Tagmata just sees the open space, recognizes the opportunity as and just takes it. It's great on target. And just as I was saying, they were in the feeling each other's out stage. They are definitely transitioned now into offense. And this is exactly what we hope to see going into this.
This one's going to go down right out in front. Thomas just pushes it wide. Had a chance. And now Saucy and Cynical looking to transition onto the offense now. Thomas going to watch that one be played all the way back into his corner. Both Jets players chasing after this one on defense. Thomas does get it out. One-on-one with Cynical. Neither player hits this. Tagmata can't quite get around the ball, so we reset a little bit here in mid. Cynical has a chance towards the net. It goes in. The Jets scrambling on defense.
Yeah, and Jeff, this is just really Cynical here, taking advantage of some open space. Tagmata started to challenge it, but then backed off. It left Thomas out in the middle of nowhere. And so Cynical just able to take a shot on an open net downfield. It gives them the lead now with 3:30 remaining.
2 goals already in this game for Cynical. 2 assists for Saucy. Thomas is going to try to clear it away. Get as far as mid. Cynical is going to turn him around. Tagmata has to hustle back. You can see the Jets slowly starting to creep forward on the offense. They've been punished at least once with that sort of play, but they need to score another goal here. They've got 3:05 to do so. Thomas makes a save. Saucy's just going to watch that one bounce off the sidewall. The Jets will find the clear. One back towards Tagmata. He'll pop it up. Can Saucy get to this? Yes, he will. Cynical has an opportunity to play it in. Thomas can't quite get there. Here comes a shot opportunity. He's going to wait, looking for the touch, and it just rolls right into Tagmata. And a missed opportunity for the Spartans.
Yeah, and that's going to be something that they will want back. It gives Tagmata an opportunity, but Cynical with the block. And the Jets playing a bit defensively right now. It feels like the Spartans have just been more aggressive on the offensive third. And it's been working out for them so far, but as we cross over here into the second half, we'll see if the Jets can switch something up to get back into this game.
Well, there goes Tagmata over top of Cynical. Saucy will turn and try to fire this towards the net. Thomas, not the greatest play. Saucy's going to try to collect. Cynical's there in support. Tagmata watches this one fall down to the pitch, and he'll clear it away. As Saucy tries to turn it around, Tagmata has a chance out of the corner. But again, the Jets, they seem to get on the offensive side. And all of a sudden, they just give away possession of the ball, either throwing it to the enemy team or just not able to control, not able to get the shots. And it just seems like the Spartans are having quite an easy time keeping the ball in the blue half as well, as this one's just going to go in. Thomas, unfortunate, puts it in the back of his own goal.
Yeah, Thomas kind of caught doubled up on that right side there, wasn't able to get back around, gets the touch, but unfortunately it's back into his own net. And it's those sort of rotational mistakes that the Spartans were looking for. They kept the pressure up throughout that entire time, just waiting for a mistake to be made, and then capitalized quickly as soon as it happened.
There's Saucy. He'll touch this down towards Cynical. 90 seconds left. Tagmata shoots, and he scores. Jets pull back within 1.
And not out of it yet. Quick response here from Tagmata, just going to get over top Cynical. Saucy not able to read it quickly enough, can't get back in. Now they're back within 1, a little under 90 seconds remaining. Let's see if they can pull it through.
Tagmata and Cynical will take the kickoff. Saucy gets the first touch on it. Thomas rejects him as he tries to go over top of the Jets player. Cynical, quick shot is wide. Tagmata can't get the clear. Thomas will play this out towards the front of the box where Saucy's trying to keep it in. Again, possession just given away, this time from the Spartans to the Jets, and Tagmata will take advantage. He's got a one-on-one with Cynical. Thomas in support. Gets over top. Ooh. How did that find its way in?
Tagmata just able to get, I think it was a wave dash over top through. What a cheeky play from him to get the soft touch over and through, and just like that, the Jets get their equalizer with 59 to go.
My goodness, talk about play of the week contender. That was a beautiful goal to tie us up. 50 seconds left. Cynical and Saucy trying to push to avoid overtime. Had quite the lead and unfortunately have squandered that as Thomas is trying to put this one in. It was just a bit wide. Saucy and Cynical down the pitch by Tagmata, but this one will fall into the blue corner. Thomas slowly tries to play it away. Cynical keeps it in. He's got Saucy. Tries the flick off the crossbar. Saucy's there. He gets saved away by Tagmata, and we continue to play tied at 3.
And that was a big opportunity there for the Spartans, and now with the Jets in transition, if they can try and get possession here, they've got a little bit of time to put the game away before we hit overtime.
There's Tagmata. He'll boom it down the pitch. Saucy can't get the touch. This one's dangerous. Great touch from Saucy to play it down. We're into overtime here in game number 1. Tied up at 3. Tagmata and Thomas. Solid comeback. Can they complete it? As Saucy's going to boom this down the pitch. Is that on goal? Just off the post. Saucy can't get there as Thomas just gets a piece of it to play it away.
Yeah, the follow-up there really close to ending overtime early. But like you said, the touch just keeping it away, but it's not out of the danger zone yet. Thomas trying to push that downfield, and we're really seeing both of these teams kind of scrambling right now to maintain possession.
Close calls on either side of the pitch thus far in overtime. Now Saucy has another opportunity. 1 touch, 2, can't get by Tagmata. Cynical there to keep the ball in. Weak touch, and that will be Tagmata to try to clear it away. Saucy in a bit of a tough spot. This one will find its way towards the front of the goal, but Cynical there to clear it out, no problems. Flicks over both defenders, over to Saucy's shot, he'll score. What a play from the Spartans.
Yeah, just like that, the Spartans, even though the Jets had started to come back, able to push through and in. And Saucy with the goal to win them game 1. But man, the Jets showing that it's not going to be easy games for the Spartans to take off of them.
Yeah, absolutely. The Jets do well to come back in game 1. They can't finish it off, as you said. But my goodness, that play, the pass was just beautiful from Cynical. It was a bit of a defensive miscue from the Jets. Both players getting caught by the same flick. But either way, Saucy was in a perfect position for that pass.
Yeah, that he was. And it was just a well-constructed play, really good execution to see that it was available and then get it through. And now the Spartans, with the game 1 victory, have a little bit of momentum in their corner, but it's not a lot. The Jets right on their heels, and they're trying to turn on the Jets in this series. And I would not be at all surprised to see them come out absolutely swinging here in game number 2.
No, I certainly would not either. I mean, it looked like the Jets had a bit of a slow start. Again, I noticed a lot of possession just being given away. I talked about that during the match. It seemed like they were giving the possession up to the Spartans quite often. They kind of curtailed that a little bit towards the end of the game, but they still have quite a ways to go as we get ready for game 2.
Well, we're a couple of seconds away from getting started, and we'll see what the Jets are able to come out with here.
Tagmata just going to push it into the corner. We are underway with game number 2. Of course, as I mentioned, after Tagmata's highlight reel goal, if you do see a play that you think could end up on the play of the week, maybe that one. That's a good play from Cynical, just lurking in defense. He'll put his team up by 1. Again, Spartans on the board early.
Yeah, and that's a great play from Saucy as well to get the 50 that puts the ball in the spot for Cynical to respond. And Spartans, 19 seconds into game 2, going to be getting that opening goal to build on to their momentum that they captured in game 1.
4:36 here, and I did just want to finish my thought. If you do see a play that you think is worthy of play of the week, make sure you clip it, send it to us on Discord or tweet at us using the hashtag MLEPOTW. Winner of the play of the week, as that one goes just wide, does win a free case of balls sent directly to their house. So please make sure you do that. And a big shout out to our sponsor, Balls with Guarana, as Cynical pops his second one in the back of the net. Just a solid play in mid from Saucy.
Yeah, I think Thomas just had a bit of a wide rotation here. Didn't have a lot of boost to try and get back to it in time. Tagmata obviously not able to get around the ball, and Cynical just doing a great job of realizing when he has available space and capitalizing on it. It's led to both of his goals so far in this game, and just a little under a minute in, and Spartans already up to a 2-0 advantage.
Yep, that they are. 3:55 remaining here. Game number 2 as that one gets saved away from by Saucy from Tagmata. This one's into the corner. Cynical will go up the back wall. Just gonna watch this into the hood of his car. Has a bit of a little bit of a juke there onto Thomas, but we'll try to get turned around. Tagmata, while he's been playing quite well, Sleegy, again, I just feel like there needs to be a bit more control, specifically from him. It just seems like he's getting control of the ball, maybe getting a little overzealous and just kind of touching it towards the Spartans, and it's really throwing off his team as now Saucy in transition. This one might be out in front, but Thomas clears it away.
Yeah, and that whole attack came off of a double commit from the Jets. Both Thomas and Tagmata were doubled up on the left side as Cynical, my goodness, gonna get a fantastic goal to finish off his hat trick and extend their lead yet again. But my, what a goal.
As you said, it's Cynical getting his hat trick. 3 goals on 4 shots. Only 2 minutes in. Saucy collects a pair of assists. Cynical's up for more. He's got Saucy there. Gets underneath Tagmata. Thomas is there to make the save. Ball still out in front of the Jets' goal. Thomas can't get it by. Actually, he does get it by Saucy. Now he's got Tagmata in support. Shot on goal. That's in. The Jets bring it back.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate for Cynical. He was mid-flip. The ball accidentally comes across him, so he puts it away from Saucy. But the Jets doing a fantastic job of reading it instantly, grabbing control of the ball. The force from Tagmata to get him out of the way. The Jets now cutting the lead down by 1. They've still got 2 more to go.
That they do. 2:40. Still plenty of time to try to find 2 goals as this one bounces out in front. Saucy, solid touch to get over top. Thomas, now he's got Tagmata to beat. Looks for the play out to Cynical. It's there. 4-1, 4 goals for Cynical.
And what a clinical play from the Spartans there. Saucy gets a perfect 50-50. Cynical right where he needed to be to follow through. And just like that, the Spartans able to immediately respond. They're back up by 3 as we're just now crossing over into halftime.
A little bit of a fake kickoff there. Cynical to Saucy. Saucy towards the net. Tagmata clears it away. Saucy's still there. He'll go off the back wall. Any kind of follow-up. Cynical bounces it home. And it's very, very rare that you see a fake kickoff work to this effect in 2s there.
Yeah, but man, that dunk from Cynical underneath Thomas, absolutely brutal. And the fake kickoff itself almost resulted in a goal. The Jets had to jump up for it to clear it out. So it really seems as though the Spartans just absolutely on point mechanically and communicationally so far this series.
Here comes Saucy trying to add on even more. Cynical is there. He's just going to wait, try to delay. Opted not to take the shot. I thought he had some room to shoot, but opted to try to play it over towards Saucy, who will keep the ball in now. Tagmata wants to hustle this one down the pitch. Goes over top of Cynical. That's in. This time Tagmata on the board. It's 5-2.
And the Jets still trying to find some space here. Does a great job, Tagmata, of getting that over Cynical. They're still down by 3. Time running out, but they're not quite out of it yet.
Certainly not. 3 goals, minute 45. It's certainly doable for this Jets team. They need to get down the pitch and really stay off this defensive half. Tagmata will at least try to start that up. Saucy gets it by him. Thomas is there to rotate in. Down, out in front. Tagmata scores. Gets it off the back wall, and we're inching ever closer.
Yeah, that we are. That's just a fantastic read from him. He sees exactly where it's falling, realizes he's got Cynical beat, and just needs to get the touch. He does. It's through. Now, only 2 goals separating them from an equalizer. And at that minute and 30, looking a little bit more comfortable for them now.
Certainly, but they can't be too comfortable. They still need to score 2. Certainly not out of this yet, however, as Tagmata goes up to Thomas. He jumps for it. That could be super dangerous. Cynical will touch it towards the net. Doesn't need a follow-up touch. And just like that, it just feels like all of the wind from the Jets' sails has left.
Yeah, and that was a risky challenge. He doesn't get the ball, and Cynical just really able to take his time and line it up. Doesn't even have to put a whole lot of power on it, only 70 kilometers an hour, but he's able to get it back downfield. No one from the Jets was able to respond in time. And now with 65 seconds remaining, they're back to needing to score 3, and it might turn into 4 as Saucy gets just enough power to send it on goal from downtown. And that just might put away game 2 for the Spartans.
How many times are we going to see the Spartans score from midfield or longer? Because it felt like it was at least 5 of their goals in this game have come from at least midfield.
I think the Jets are really just starting to get a bit anxious at their position in the game and the series. They're really pushing aggressively upfield, and the Spartans playing it smart, just waiting for any mistake to come through. And man, they have been brutal on the punishment for those mistakes so far.
That they certainly have. And now they only have 40 seconds left to try to defend this. Tagmata bumps Thomas out of the way. Now they got to play defense yet again. This one's right back towards Saucy's got Cynical across the way. Thomas will try to clean house. Can't get by Cynical. That has been kind of the story for the Jets. Had chances to clear, can't get it clear. Now Cynical is just going to bounce this off the sidewall. Saucy plays it off of Thomas. That one goes into the back of his own goal. So 4-7 now. But with only 11 seconds left, we've got to start looking towards game 3.
Yeah, while it's theoretically possible, it's not really feasible to score 3 in that amount of time. And the Jets just need to look to try and build off of this game, figure out what they've been doing wrong, what they've been doing right, and focus on just channeling what they've been doing right, which is really good passing pressure, offensive pressure. They just need to make sure they stop leaving so much space open, and their defensive third is Cynical going to look to try and get another there, but Tagmata not having any of it. Spartans, though, taking game number 2.
Yep, that they are, and pretty convincing one. Again, I do just want to say that it really felt like a majority of the Spartans' goals came from beyond midfield. And, you know, Cynical with the double hat trick, 6 goals on 10 shots. It never felt like he had to work for those goals.
No, I mean, they were really just sort of handed to him from the Jets' positioning. He found himself far too often in positions where he just had acres of green grass in front of him where he could just shoot the ball. And the Jets are really going to have to dial in on covering more of the field. Possession is so important in twos. You can't afford to be doubling up on the same side, to be double committing on a ball in midair, because the Spartans are just going to wait for you to make that mistake and then instantly capitalize.
Well, with this now, the Jets will have to battle back from behind. They're down 0-2 in the series. Of course, we will play all 5 games as is normal for minor league esports. But, you know, we talked about the Jets, that how they had a chance to do something great at the start of the season, and it's slowly starting to slip away from them here, and they really need to come back with a solid game 3.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity is before them. They've got 5 minutes. It's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Put the other 2 games behind you and just focus on playing your best Rocket League.
We'll see if they can do that, as they've got 5 minutes on the board here in game number 3. Fresh start. The Spartans certainly had their way in game 2. See if the Jets can change that. Tagmata from all the way downtown. He'll score to start the scoring here for the Jets.
And that's exactly the way they wanted to get things going. Saucy just getting beat to the ball. Tagmata able to feel a little bit of what the Spartans felt that last game, able to just shoot it from inside of his own half. 15 seconds now into game number 3. The Jets take the lead and potentially starting to pave the way for a comeback here in this series.
This one's down out in front. Thomas hits the post. Beautiful setup there from Tagmata, and he just missed it wide. 4:30 left. Game number 3. 1-0 for the Jets. Cynical looks to put this one on goal. Thomas, easy clear. And now Tagmata trying to go over top of Saucy, trying to catch him out of position. Might be able to do so, but he doesn't get a touch on the ball. And Cynical will clear it away. Now a 2v1 down on Thomas. Cynical giving the ball away, unfortunately, as Thomas is just going to play that one lightly towards the front of the goal. Saucy collects and clears. Tries to go over top of Tagmata. This one's out towards Cynical. Bouncer, it's in. Tied up at 1.
And what a very just well-placed shot there from Cynical. He sees Thomas is pressed a bit too far up in goal. Tagmata not able to get around the back post in time. And so just like that, they're able to get the response. Things back level now with just over a minute played here in game 3.
Cynical is going to go off the back while Tagmata to clear it out. Saucy going to challenge Thomas. Now it's going to be Cynical to try to keep the ball in. The Spartans have done so very well to keep the ball in this zone. Might be able to get over top of Thomas. Out in front. Tagmata hits it off his teammate, and this might start a transition. He goes over top of Cynical. He puts it in. What a play from Tagmata.
And clip that, because my goodness, what a play from Tagmata. Able to get the bump over top Cynical. The follow through into a goal. What an absolute unit of a read, and that puts the Jets now in the lead.
Wow, what a play. Certainly an unorthodox play, but potentially one for play of the week for this week. Saucy's going to take a shot towards the net. Tagmata, easy clear. Trying to control and collect. Pops that up, and Cynical is going to turn him around. Thomas tries to challenge that now. Here comes Saucy into the corner, right to Cynical. He'll touch this down towards Tagmata. For anybody interested in the MLE, if you've never seen a broadcast of ours before, interested in how you can join, visit our website, mlesports.gg. Maybe you'll see yourself in one of these matchups, maybe even this season, as that one goes a bit wide from Cynical. Tagmata gets the 50. He'll turn it towards the net, and Cynical is going to play it clear. So with 2:40 to go, Thomas, bouncer just a little bit wide. The Jets find themselves in the lead here in game 3, and they're looking to add on.
Yeah, Thomas, though, not able to get underneath the ball there. And the Jets are going to have to be careful that while they want to add on, they can't fall into the trap that we saw last game where they're leaving too much space open. Seems like they're sticking well to defense right now, but they have to maintain this for the next 2 minutes and 15 seconds to stay alive in this series.
Tagmata goes over top of Saucy. It's all the way down into the corner. You said it. 2 minutes to go for the Jets defense. Cynical can't quite get it past Tagmata. That's a solid clear, but Saucy's there to challenge it, keep it in. Tagmata not a ton of boost in the tank, tries to control, gets a little bit of a misflick. This could give Cynical a chance. He goes high, he goes in. It's tied up at 2.
Yeah, and just what a fantastic play from Cynical here. He reads the miss from Tagmata, able to get it just over him. Thomas almost getting up to the save, but it's not quite enough. And Cynical putting the Spartans back level. With a minute and 47, this game really starting to heat up.
And Tagmata, did he steal the boost from Thomas? Is Thomas boostless here? I think he is. So go play this one up towards his teammate. This one goes off the back wall. Saucy's there. 2 cleared away. Thomas looking to get some kind of challenge. He does get a 50. That's favorable for Tagmata. He bumps Cynical out of the way. Can he get back down? He does. What a play from Cynical. Keeping the game tied. My goodness, it's not very often you see that happen.
Yeah, and especially with the pressure that was immediately on it. Had he been another moment later, he wouldn't have got the save, but it turns into a goal for Saucy on the other side of the field, and just like that, Spartans find themselves back in the lead.
Absolutely unbelievable, Brett. Something you do not see very often. What a play from the Spartans. You said it. They find themselves now sitting in the lead, 65 seconds to go. This is a game 3 that they would love to win. Tagmata, shot towards the net, goes high. Cynical clears it away. Saucy, not the greatest touch. This is going to give Thomas some time and space. doesn't get a solid play either, and now Saucy just going to waste some time by playing it across the pitch. 42 seconds left. Tagmata up for it. That's a bit of a double commit. Thomas not really in position, but they do get back down. That's 35 seconds. All that remains. Game number 3. The Jets have to score to have any hope in this 5-game series as this one bounces out in front. Tagmata towards the front of the goal. Saucy going to take his time and clear it away. Wastes about 5 seconds with that, and now the Jets have to turn it around. Can Cynical get the 50? He does very well to do so. Only 10 seconds left now. Gonna leave this one for the Jets to play away. Thomas down into the red corner. Saucy kills it there for the moment. It's bouncing down in front. They can't get under it.
No.
The Spartans will take game 3, and they will take the series.
Man, and I thought that he was going to be able to roll it up the wall there at the last second, but just ever so short. They weren't able to pull it through, and now they've got to try and get some additional games. The series is lost, but in MLE, we do play all 5 games, and each game, no matter of whether or not you've won the series, is absolutely crucial when you're in the later stages of the season trying to secure those playoff spots.
You know, that's all well and good, but what an absolutely unbelievable play from Cynical. Can we just one more time address this? That the game was in the Jets' hands. Tagmata made a beautiful play going for the bump onto Cynical. Gets the bump, and as the ball is rolling towards his goal line, Cynical recovers and makes the save. I mean, that's insane.
No, you're 100% right, Jeff. That was a beautiful defensive maneuver there from Cynical. I don't know how he was able to time that so perfectly, but he was able to pull it through, and that really was the turning point for the Spartans in that game. They were able to score immediately after and then just held on from there, and that's got to be brutal for the Jets to try and push by past that mentally and get ready to try and take something here in game number 4.
Yeah, certainly do not want to be swept by the Spartans in this 5-game series. Of course, we will play the final 2, even though the Spartans are up 3-0. So still time for the Jets to see if they can't secure a victory. The Cynical looks to start the scoring off here early. Good save by Tagmata. Saucy unfortunately drives underneath that ball. And, you know, of course, Sleegy, that it is important, you know. Getting a couple of victories is much better than losing 5-0. You know, losing 2-3 is at least, you know, you feel like you accomplished at least a little bit. Losing 5-0 is a bit of a different story.
Yeah, the 5-0, especially with the way everything is structured, absolutely brutal. But if the Spartans can pull away a 5-0, that is going to be massive for them. It gives them
what a pass,
a huge lead in the standings. Man, the Jets, though, knocking on the door of trying to secure a game here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're trying to start the scoring. Tagmata, what a fake. My goodness, the plays from these players. I mean, talk about play of the week candidates. I mean, how many have we seen so far?
At least 3 or 4. Tagmata just puts together a brilliantly timed fake. It absolutely gets Saucy out of position, and it leads to a Jets goal. But I'm really going to be looking to see how the Jets are able to maintain this sort of pressure and keep the Spartans from equalizing.
And of course, play of the week made possible by Balls Guarana. Balls Guarana gets its unique flavor from the Guarana berry. Now available in original cherry, root beer, ginger, orange, and now 0. Balls Guarana brings you that one-of-a-kind flavor and adds a delightful twist. Make sure you check our website, mlesports.gg, for all of that information, all of our wonderful sponsors. Tagmata's trying to do it again, almost got by Saucy. He has really shined when it comes to these one-on-one plays.
Yeah, he really has, and it's led to a goal so far in this game. They're doing really well defensively right now. Their rotation's on point, and I think they're just trying to hold on to this. That game, just something they absolutely need, but that double commit could lead to a goal, and Cynical with the quick follow through gonna put the Spartans back level.
Really smart play from Cynical to immediately recognizes the double commit It was a wonderful touch from Saucy as well. I mean, he has to get underneath that ball to have it bounce out as far as it did. And he does perfect to put that right on the numbers there for Cynical to pop in the back of the net. And we are tied up at 1. 2:59 remains here as Cynical wants to put in another one. Goes over Tagmata. Thomas is there just in the nick of time to clear it away.
Yeah, and that's some good defense coming from the Jets. Again, rotations are going to be important, and Thomas caught out of it there. Saucy reads it well, gets behind, and gets the goal. Now the Spartans back in a familiar spot for them in the lead here in Game 4.
Yeah, Thomas, no boost. Unfortunate for him, he used all of it to try to play the ball away, and it goes right into the Spartans players. So a little bit of boost management issues. We've seen that quite constantly from the Jets. Cynical, can he get another play? I mean, this is exactly what we just saw in the last play. Led to a Spartans goal, but this time the Jets do manage to get a successful clear with Thomas. But just quick turnovers. The Jets really need to figure out a way to at least maintain possession, stay in the red half for at least 20 seconds at a time.
Yeah, I mean, they've really just been spending most of this game defending their own net. Cynical taking another shot. What? How did Tagmata not able to get a touch on that?
It looks like it just handcuffed him a little bit. Cynical gets a solid touch. I mean, this should be an easy clear. Tagmata just doesn't get it. I mean, it's one of those plays. I know that if you were a Rocket League player, you've definitely had those moments where it's just you want to do so many things all at once and you end up not doing anything important at all. Unfortunately, that is how the Spartans score their third. Cynical looking for a fourth, trying to go fancy, but doesn't really get a flick or anything as Tagmata will clear it away. He's got Thomas with him. It's just a bit too high and out of reach. And with a minute 50, the Spartans looking to take their fourth game in a row here in this series.
And the Spartans just been really clinical here in the final third. They've been waiting for the Jets to make mistakes. The Jets have not been getting the best touches. They've been getting a few whiffs because they're under so much pressure, and the Spartans just calmly waiting for that to happen so that they can capitalize and get a shot on target. Cynical trying to jump up for it again there, and the Jets really running out of time to make something happen with this series.
Yeah, good play from Saucy. Can Cynical beat Tagmata to the net? Yes, he can. 4-1. This play all set up from Saucy. That gets him his playmaker as well.
That it does, and a good job on him to just get the block on Tagmata, make sure he doesn't get to the ball in time, lets the ball just roll in, and Spartans now really starting to run away with this one. It's going to be an upward battle for the Jets to try and get back into this game.
Just looks like Spartans have no intention of slowing down. They want to win as soon, or not really as soon as possible, more like as much as possible by as large of a margin as they possibly can. And again, I mean, that is important. You know, sometimes it does seem like these teams like to run up the score, but really with the way the league is structured in the MLE, every game counts, every goal counts, especially when it comes to tiebreakers. And, you know, you think that it doesn't come down to that, but a surprising amount of time it does.
Yeah, and especially here in the Premier League where everyone is always so close, the difference between a few goals can be ending your season early or making the playoffs. So Spartans are going to be looking for every opportunity they can to just continue to run up the score. But Thomas just sneaking it underneath the bar and in. With 21 seconds remaining, there is a glimmer of hope for the Jets.
Yeah, Thomas struggling a little bit in this series, does get a wonderful touch there out of the corner. Love to see that from him. So hopefully he can keep that up, try to at least pull things back a little bit. I mean, they're not out of this game. They need to score 2, but with Cynical with the ball, almost stuffs it home. Saucy's trying to get there. He hits the post as well. Final 10 seconds left. Tagmata's just going to try to limp that one down the pitch. Can't quite do it. And I think that is it for game number 4. The Spartans will take the victory 4-2 over top of the Jets. And now it comes down to a game 5. I mean, the Jets, it's difficult. Wow, 13 shots for Cynical. My goodness. Wow. But it's tough to think about, but you have to come into game number 5 with a good head on your shoulders because you need to take a game. You need one.
Yeah, you've got to avoid the sweep at all costs. And the Jets, they've really just been in their half more than they need to be, trying to defend the shots that are coming from Cynical. I mean, Cynical having more than 3 times of the total combined shots from the Jets of that game. That's absolutely insane.
Also,
The Jets are going to have to do something to shut him down.
can somebody look this up for me? Because I don't have this stat on hand. What is the single game record for saves? Because Tagmata's got to be awfully close. 10 saves in that game.
Oh my God.
And if not for the game, what is the record for series, at least in the Premier League? Because it is a little bit different, of course, as you get into the different leagues. But 10 saves in one game for Tagmata, and unfortunately, it was a losing effort. But when the enemy shooters are shooting that much, there's always going to be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, and I mean, the Jets, they've been doing well at absorbing some of the pressure, trying to weather the storm, but at times it's just been too constant and too much for them to handle. They get just grinded down to the point where they finally make a mistake that the Spartans have been able to capitalize on, and they really just need to focus on applying as much pressure as they can in the Spartans' half.
We are underway with game number 5. Can the Jets find a victory in the series? Or will this be a clean sweep for the Spartans? Cynical does not get the touch. Tagmata plays it into the corner. Can't get by Saucy. Here comes Thomas. He doesn't really get the touch he was looking for, as Cynical will clear it away. Cynical hard off the back wall. Saucy's up for it. Light touch downwards, and Tagmata will look to control out of his own zone. Goes off the side one. Yet another possession change. Just seems so often. It's almost like a broken record at this point, Sleegy.
Yeah, that it is. It's just the Spartans again and again showing that they have the reads necessary to just maintain almost near constant pressure. Oh my goodness! Saucy, what was that? Gets an absolutely banger of a shot from a crazy angle past Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas not ready for the amount of power Saucy generated on that shot. Good old Octane. Gets enough on that ball, puts it behind the defense, and the Spartans out to a quick start yet again. Tagmata can even the score here, but it's a weak shot in Cynical. He'll make the save. The demo onto Thomas as well. This could open up some space. Bumping Thomas is Saucy, but Tagmata cuts across to make the play on the Cynical.
Yeah, and Tagmata, when you have a shot like that, you really have to put more power on it. Would have been a goal had he been able to put any more on it. But the touch he did get, Cynical was able to get there in time. And it's those sorts of situations that the Jets really can't afford to not capitalize on.
Tagmata a little bit of trouble with this ball. Fake Saucy goes over top of Cynical. Can he get back to the touch? No, he can't. Cynical clears it into the corner. Now he's looking to control over top of Thomas. We'll find that. Tagmata waits and makes the play. Saucy's still here. Can he get the double? It is out in front, but there is no follow-up. Cynical back for boost. 2 minutes in, 1-0 for the Spartans. But the Jets, they've shown up at least a little bit here in this game. They've outshot the Spartans thus far, 3-0. They have not been able to put the ball in the back of the net yet.
No, they haven't. Just been really good defense coming from the Spartans, and they really haven't had to play too much defense. They've been spending so much time on the offense. It's acted as if defense was there for them. And now on this counter, it's an opportunity for them to score again. Cynical just opting to take it slow, just trying to bleed time off this game.
Yeah, out in front, Cynical can't quite make the play. He hit the post with the shot. This one bounces down. Saucy. Boomer off the ceiling. Can he get back to it? There's Thomas. Shot on goal. Cynical does make the play away. Tagmata off the side, off the back. Can't get by Saucy. A rather low-scoring game for how the games have gone so far in this series. Only 1 goal scored 3 minutes in, and it was the Spartans to do so. And a low shooting game for the Spartans as well here, Brad. Only 3 shots on net.
Yeah, they've definitely slowed down a bit, taking some more calm and collected shots. Is Saucy just going to put that one over? And it's been working for them so far. The Jets not been able to break through this calm and collected defense. And it feels like the Spartans are just trying to close things out here as Cynical gets a little pop-up over the final defender to put him up by 2.
Yeah, Thomas, really tough spot. Saucy harassing him all the way until Cynical takes that shot. Thomas can't pre-jump or he would have been bumped clear out of the way. So with that, Cynical makes it 2-0. 93 seconds left, game number 5, and this series has just been bad to worst for the Jets ever since the end of overtime game 1 after they lost game 1 in extra time.
Yeah, because I mean, game 1 was really, really close as Cynical again, just showing the patience required to score here. But the Jets, they looked really good in game 1. It was a fantastically close game back and forth. And then since then, I don't know if the Jets have fallen off or if the Spartans really just kicked it into another gear. But it's essentially been the Spartans' show since then.
Well, can Tagmata at least put one on? There's a good play from Cynical. Saucy gets by Thomas, but can't quite collect the ball. Tagmata over towards Thomas. Cynical will go off the back wall. Thomas takes a shot. He'll score. Perfect placement from Thomas, and it brings them back within 2.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they needed to build a little bit of momentum here. You're not out of the game yet. You still have some time to get 2 more goals to try and take at least 1 away and spoil the Spartans' sweep.
Tagmata and Cynical on the kickoff. Goes over top of Saucy. Thomas can't quite get by Cynical. The Jets still needing 2. Only 45 seconds left. That one bounces down right out in front. Tagmata will clear it away. Gets over top of both defenders, but they both get back to the ball in time. As Thomas, a rifle of a shot, gives Saucy a bit of trouble. Tagmata will put it home, and we've got a 1-goal game with 29 left.
Yeah, and the Spartans have to be careful here not to get too complacent with their positioning. Tagmata with the speed to beat Saucy to the ball. And like you said, it brings them back within 1 now. And Jets trying to steal 1 away from the Spartans to prevent the series sweep.
Tagmata scores just like that. We're tied with 25 left.
And man, Jets kicking it into overdrive right now. What a stop there from Thomas on the kickoff. Tagmata, the quick follow through. Cynical not able to follow it up in time. And now, level with 25 seconds, the Jets with a huge opportunity to upset the Spartans here at the very end.
Tagmata might even have an opportunity here with 20 seconds to go. Ball will bounce and Saucy will collect, trying to maintain possession. Cynical, the flick over top of Thomas. He's still controlling the ball. Nobody wanting to challenge him. There goes Thomas to try to get the clear away. Saucy might have 1 last second chance. He's up in the air for it. Did he get a flipper? He said he did, and he tried to play it off the back wall. Close call. Still the ball up in the air. What can Tagmata do? This falls out in front. Cynical to Saucy. They score. The Spartans take the 5th game, and it's a heartbreaker for the Jets.
My goodness. Cynical off the back wall. Saucy with the perfect read. He gets there in time, just past Thomas. And man, they take away the dreams of the Jets. So close to pushing the overtime to potentially take a game back. But the Spartans with the tenacity to stick with it to the last second. And what a way for them to close out the series and secure the sweep.
Oh man, what a heartbreaker. I mean, it feels bad just to me, and I don't have any stake in this game. I mean, it felt like the Jets finally got something going when they tied it up. I mean, 2 goals in the last, half a minute was wonderful from them and almost brought it all the way back against the Spartans to take a game, but what a way to end it. I mean, Saucy started us off with that flipper. He said he couldn't quite get back to the ball and do what he wanted, but it was that play that started the whole thing. That's what forced the Jets defender high on the back wall. And then all it was the Spartans controlling where the ball fell and making sure they were in position for rebounds.
Yeah, and just really remaining calm under pressure there as well, to have the foresight to see the open pass, cynical off the back wall, saucy to read it almost immediately. Just clinical. I know I've said it before, but clinical of them closing out that game. They didn't give up until the very end. Then, man, that had to be a hype moment for them, pulling that off there in the 0 second.
Yeah, well, it was a hype moment for us, certainly. Uh, but either way, I think this is the perfect time again to mention play of the week. If you have seen a play that you've liked throughout that series that you think should be a contender for play of the week, make sure you clip it and send it to us on Discord or tweet at us #MLEPOTW. Again, the winner of that does win a free case of balls with Guarana sent directly to their home. So big shout out to Balls for that. Thank you so very much for being our sponsor yet again this season. But man, good first series. The Spartans take the 5-0 sweep over top of the Jets. But we still have plenty more action upcoming here in just a little while. While we do take a very short break, make sure you check out our second channel. It's the same Twitch link, MLE Sports GG. Just add the 2 on the end, as there is some Academy League action happening over there right now. Go check that out. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for our second match.